Good evening, everyone. This is Kristen, the owner of Tink's Magical Vacations, and I'm joined by Megan. Megan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Megan. I'm a senior planner here at Tink's Magical Vacations, and I am excited to be talking about the treasure with Kristen today.
I know lots of exciting things happened today, so we'll wait for a few of you to join us. When you join us, comment, let us know where you're joining us from, and feel free. This is like an open Q&A type thing. Ask any questions. If we know it about the treasure, we will be happy to answer them for you. Megan, why don't we start tonight and we can go over, hi, Lynn. We can go over the booking window. Would you like me to do that of when everybody can book?
Yeah, let's get right into that, and then I'm sure everybody wants to hear the details later anyway.
Yeah. So Pearl Castaway Club members, meaning you've sailed 25 or more times with Disney Cruise Line, you can begin booking September 12th. Platinum Castaway Club members sailing 10 or more times, beginning September 13th. Gold Castaway Club members, 5 or more, September 14th. And Disney Vacation Club and Adventure by Disney Insiders, meaning you've taken at least one Adventures by Disney, can book September 18th. And Silver Castaway Club members, meaning you've sailed, completed one or more cruises, can book September 19th, and the general public can begin booking on September 20th. Now, when we start talking about the maiden voyage, there are some restrictions with booking the maiden voyage. Your deposit.
Can I just make? Yeah. Hold on, Kristen. I just want to make one point. So that means that we start booking for Pearl next Tuesday. Yep. We go through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Did you say the 15th, Friday?
The 15th, no one is booking.
No one is booking. So then we wrap around to the following week,
Monday,
for the following Monday, which is the 18th, 19th, and 20th, just so people can wrap their heads around
what day
how long they have to figure this out. Anyway, sorry. So go ahead with
that's perfect. The deposit for the maiden voyage right now is non-refundable, as it has been with previous maiden voyages.
Which makes
it
sense.
Is a 20% deposit. And with the maiden voyage, you must purchase your travel insurance at the time that you deposit it. Normally, it's just concierge guests when they deposit. That's their only opportunity to purchase the travel insurance. With the maiden voyage, it is a 20% down non-refundable deposit, and the travel protection must be at that time.
So it's a commitment. I mean, it's important for people to understand that this is not like a normal booking for sure. They want to see that you're committed to this.
Right.
Cruise.
You are 100% committed to going. Megan, you want to tell us, when is that maiden voyage?
So the maiden voyage is actually going to be December 20, was it the 1st?
21st.
21st. So it will be a 7-night sailing.
Eastern
It will
Caribbean.
be Eastern Caribbean. So it will fall over Christmas. Wouldn't you? That would be an amazing Christmas gift for your family for sure. And it is leaving from Port Canaveral. So that will be a really interesting time to see a maiden voyage go for sure.
Yes. And then the next voyage after that will be a New Year's Eve sailing. And that will take place December 28th, also out of Port Canaveral. And that will be a Western Caribbean sailing, meaning that it goes to Cozumel, Mexico, Grand Cayman, Falmouth, Jamaica, and of course, Disney's private island, Castaway, and 2 days at sea. So both of those, I mean, we're getting a lot of DMs about that. Do we think that they're going to be priced a little higher and extremely popular? Typically, Megan's been on a maiden voyage. I've been on a maiden voyage. Typically, they are priced higher just because they are a maiden voyage. With this being a
popular sailing, yeah.
I do think that those are going to be priced a little bit higher. And then they continue alternating Eastern and Western. The Treasury is taking over the itinerary of the Disney Fantasy.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I do think we're going to see a pretty high price tag on these two sailings. Yeah. Again, for the reason you just said, the maiden voyage typically is a higher price sailing on its own. Yeah. But then the holiday sailings are also a higher price sailing on their own.
Yeah.
So it will be an interesting, I can't wait to see what they've done here to sort of, will it be the same as a regular holiday sailing? Do they consider that enough? We won't know. But, the deposit being non-refundable, obviously you need to make a commitment to this. You need to really think about it before you dive in and just start grabbing
Mhm.
staterooms. Obviously those can be held, but once you commit, you commit.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
Same with the New Year's. I mean, it's basically a maiden voyage, right? It's going to ports
Yeah.
for the first time. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see
It,
how that's
it will
priced
be
for sure.
interesting. Even if you're not on one of those first few sailings, typically what Disney's done with a new ship is the inaugural sailing. It's still considered an inaugural for the first year. So I can tell you, I can attest to when we were on the Wish for the Maiden, all the merchandise, even though we pre-ordered it, that was a special perk. It was all on board when we got on board after the Maiden. So look, you're still going to be able to find some of that if you're priced out of or cannot travel during those times. The further we go into the year, I mean, this is the furthest we've seen a release for a new ship. They're starting in December and they're going all the way until May. So
Right.
that's a
Which
long
covers
time.
more than just, right. It's almost, I mean, it's the full first half of 2025. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, that's a very long time to have,
Yeah. And I think you're right in terms of for anyone listening, don't feel bummed that you can't,
no,
if you're priced out of the maiden. One thing about these maiden voyages, they're super fun. Don't get me wrong. I have been, like Kristen mentioned, I was on the maiden voyage of the Dream. She just did the maiden voyage of the Wish. They can be fun, but they are also a very unique sailing
yeah.
in that you have a ton of higher Castaway Club members going on these sailings, right? You have a ton of bloggers. You have a lot of people that are huge Disney cruise fans. And for that reason, you tend to see all the merchandise in the stores taken away, sometimes waiting for hours for the store. It's a very different sailing.
It is.
So if you're looking, and in addition, a lot of times, just like the newest iPhone or the newest computer,
We're working on
sometimes you want to wait and get the kinks out, right? Like,
agreed. Agreed.
and that's not Disney's fault. It's just the way things work. When you're working with a new product of any type, there are kinks to be worked out. So it's not a terrible thing to hold off a little and see if you can't,
No.
fit in one of the ones in,
Right.
say,
But with that said,
January, February.
you can go, then by all means,
Yeah,
go. But for any of these
experience it.
dates,
Yeah, right.
you want to book when your opening day books. Do I think many of these dates, including the first two sailings, will sell out? Yes. I think some of these January sailings, I think some of these spring break and Easter sailings, Mother's Day, I think a lot of these sailings we are going to see have very limited availability once we get to the end of the second week of booking. I think many of these.
100%. I agree.
And pricing, Megan can tell you too. First day pricing is better than waiting in a month from now. So
100%.
we're getting a lot of questions about placeholders. Can we use a placeholder on a maiden voyage? We haven't been told, but historically, you have not been able to use a placeholder for a maiden voyage or specific holidays. So I would doubt that you would be able to use a placeholder even on the second sailing for New Year's Eve.
Right. Because, yeah, those are always blacked out for those placeholders.
Yeah. So, we have a lot of people. Hello, Alice. Hello, Katie. Hello, Mindy. So if you guys have any questions, and we're going to start to go through some of the stuff that was shared with us. And Megan, the whole presentation was wonderfully put together with the
Yes.
treasure map, and it was super engaging.
Yeah, I really liked it. And I liked how he was inside the rendering because it really gave you the sense that he was on the ship, which gives you a different perspective, right,
Yeah.
than just the pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun. And I have to tell you right off the bat, the atrium with that deep teal color, it's my personal favorite. And
Yeah.
so I was like in love with that atrium immediately. Like, oh my God, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
The whole Agrabah theming and the colors, like, oh, I'm very excited to see that in person for sure.
Yeah. So, I let's start with the concierge level suites. What were they saying
Oh, I
about
know.
those? I mean, the tower suite was going to be, like the Tomorrowland tower suite. So
Yeah, so they
that
completely took Epcot and just it was a really interesting ad.
it really was. I mean, I have the little screenshot here when it says, embracing the adventures of tomorrow, the Tomorrow Tower Suite will capture the same forward thinking and mindset that inspired the Walt Disney Resort theme park, Epcot, with its
I
energetic
mean,
designs.
I think it's really the first time that we've seen the parks put into the
Intertwined.
ships,
Right. Yeah,
right?
I agree. I agree.
I think it's really fascinating and I think it's fun. I mean, it's great for a theme, right? It's something we've never seen before and I'm sure it's going to have all sorts of technology in there. Not that the suites don't always already have great technology,
Right.
but
But
I
I
think it's going
think
to be really interesting.
I agree. And then the other concierge suites, they said it'll be where Simba calls home based on
Yep.
the Lion King.
Yep. So right. So the Lion King for those family verandas it looked like, and I
Yes.
guess the one bedrooms, and
Bedroom.
then Jungle Cruise for the four
Bagheera and
royal
Raja, royal
suites.
suites. I mean,
I think that's fun. I
and
think
I
it's totally
think,
fun.
like how you look at the Wish and it's Cinderella and, very princess themed. This is interesting. They've picked a lot of films that I wouldn't have thought that they would have picked.
Well, they're a throwback to our childhood, right?
Yes.
I mean, not to
Yeah.
give away our age, but I do think that it's kind of cool to really see some of these movies coming back while still embracing, the new things,
I mean,
I
Periscope
yeah,
Hub is 20,000
yeah,
Leagues Under the Sea. I mean, there's never
that's
been,
before us. Just to be clear, that's before
right,
our
right.
time.
But this is the first venue that's ever been based off 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I think it's
just,
going to be a really fun,
yeah,
like bar atmosphere, right?
yeah. And how about the
The underwater.
Aquamouse, Curse of the Golden Egg, Temple of the
I
Golden
love it.
Egg.
I love it. Well, again, like I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan, speaking of age, right? And I
Yeah,
think, I mean, Indiana Jones, I know spans a lot of generations, but I think bringing that in, I don't know, I think it's really cool that they've sort of incorporated that piece into the 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 ship on some level. They've done a really good job. This adventure theme, they've
yeah,
like taken it above and beyond. And then the new piece, with Coco in the
uh,
dining room,
yeah.
so
Who
fun.
doesn't
I
love
mean,
Mexican food? I mean, come on.
I was gonna say that. Love Mexican food. So glad that they're doing that.
And Megan, do you think I'm thinking it's going to be like a dinner show like Frozen? Like,
I do too. I do too. I think it's gonna be super fun. The characters are gonna come out. I mean, just the music that we saw played for us, I think that's just a snippet of the story.
right.
Um, and I think it's definitely gonna I just love again the old and the new, the
Yeah,
adventure. I think of course they've done a great job of it. We
I
never
do too.
thought that they
One of
would.
the
Right,
things that,
right.
like, when the grandmother came on at the end and she said, adventure is better with those that we love. Like, that just
I
really stuck with
know.
me. I was like, gosh, it
It
really
was
hit,
really sweet. It
you
was
know?
really sweet. But I gotta tell you, this multi-generational travel is huge. I just got off Alaska, as you know, last week and or 2 weeks ago, and I saw so many groups, grandparents and kids and their family and their kids together that I think that that's what we're seeing now is a lot
Yeah,
of multi-generational travel. And so maybe it helps it along a little bit, making sure 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea satisfies that older adult, right? And
right,
Coco satisfies the youngest in the group. So
right,
you've got a little bit for everybody.
right. Megan, we're
They
getting
didn't give us, oh, sorry. Yeah.
no, go ahead. They didn't give us what?
Well, they didn't give us too much about the kids clubs. Like, I think that's sort of to be revealed. And so I'm excited to see. They kind of, the Star Wars area seems a little bit newer, right? A little bit more of a focus, but everything else, no real hints, right? Or did I miss something?
No, there really wasn't. I mean, I'm not sure, they didn't say. I did think I saw a glimpse in the Grand Hall area there of the slide. So I think the
Oh,
slide might
it'll
still
be
be
stuff.
there. Um, you
They
know,
couldn't
I
take that
did
away.
after it. I was telling Megan when we first got on before we went live that travel agency owners were allowed to stay on, and we had this interactive map, the treasure map, and we could click on things, and it did show Apollo Steakhouse as well as Enchante.
Oh,
So
perfect.
we know that those are there. And then it did show the Hero Zone as well, and the Worlds
Good.
of Marvel and the Rose.
Yes, I did. Yes, I got the Worlds of Marvel that's coming. And then I
And
think
there
the
was,
Rose was on that map, right? So
and
we
the
saw that.
Jade Cricket Cafe was on this too.
Ooh.
That it will be inspired by the Disney film Mulan and will honor the Fa family's lucky cricket. So
Oh,
it
that's
doesn't say if it's going to
something
be
that,
coffee
yeah,
or anything. It
right.
didn't say that. It just said the Jade Cricket Cafe. So I
Mm,
thought that was a little interesting. And then there was one
absolutely.
other, Hey Hey Cafe.
Oh, that'll be
Hey Hey will
super fun.
echo the scallop shells and reflection of the blue waters of the story's Southern Pacific island. And it will be, all of this was portrayed in Disney's animation feature Moana. And that's it.
Wow.
It didn't say if it was
So
coffee.
that is some stuff that either I wasn't paying close enough attention to or they didn't give us
It was on that
the right
map that
information.
we were able to stay. Those cafes might be the ones in the atrium. Yeah, I'm wondering, like, how
Yeah.
on the Wish those are. Like,
Similar to the Wish, kind of like the
yeah.
New Orleans cafe there, and yeah, no, for
And
sure, Michelle.
I mean, Megan was with me this weekend. We heard a very strong rumor. Disney has not confirmed that yet. Again, it's just a rumor that Hyperspace Lounge was going to be turned into a Haunted Mansion lounge.
I know. I was really hoping they'd drop that one.
I was
but
hoping
they'd
they
let
were
us
going to
know.
drop that.
I know.
But that seemed like a strong possibility.
Let's cross our fingers that they just didn't reveal it completely and that it is coming, because that would be so cool. That would be really, really cool. For sure. Well, and then the shows. So Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Remind me, do we already have a Beauty and the Beast show on another
We
ship?
do, on one of the other ships. And they did say a new Broadway style show.
I know, and I want to know what it is. Darn it. No clues on your presentation. You're in.
I did not see any clues about that, but if you go to Disney Cruise Line jobs, they are looking for theater performers. And it does say that they have to go to Canada, which that is normal when they're doing a new show to rehearse them in Canada. So I don't know.
Yeah. But they don't have any particular descriptions of what they're looking for.
And did you hear
so we'll have to keep our eye on that.
The Skipper Society is an all-new lounge, and the bar is made out of sandstone?
I know. Well, is it, or was that just tongue-in-cheek to get us in the mood?
I don't know. And it said the eighth wonder of the world, libations and snacks. And what do you think that snack was that he held in his hand? It looked like a waffle.
Oh, it was a waffle. Yeah. No, my husband kept going, he's got a waffle for a snack. I know.
That. And I was like, wait, are we getting like
breakfast and food? Then the box that they open,
yeah.
They have a similar drink on, at least I think it's the Wish. They have a similar drink. So they are sort of incorporating some of the drinks into the different lounges. I thought that sounded, the Zootopia themed gelato bar, right?
And the sweet shop. What was the sweet shop going to be named?
I thought it was Zootopia, similar to the Inside Out one. Yeah.
Delicious sweets.
Yeah.
Chicken and waffles. That's what James says. Chicken and waffles. You can't beat it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
it could be. Now, what was the Sarabi? Oh, the adult areas. We were going to have a bar called Sarabi based on the Pride Lands, which I thought was cool.
And they said sometimes family activities there. So I wonder, is that going to replace Luna? Like on the Wish?
Right. Yeah, which would be cool. That's a nice big area to do a lot of fun things with, for sure. Periscope Pub. We already talked about the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. They did say they were going to bring a new experience to Avengers World of Marvel, which will be interesting to see. It's not, I'm going to be honest, it's not my top favorite on the Wish Avengers, World of Marvel, but I do like the food there. So hopefully we'll see. And hopefully they'll twist it up a little bit so it won't be the same storyline. We'll see that. But overall, like you said, I just felt like it was another beautiful ship. It's another sort of richly, appointed ship. with those dark blue colors.
Yes.
And the funnel suite theme, of course, is going to be awesome. Can't wait to see pictures of that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that I cannot wait to see that. I can't wait to see all the rooms. I think it's going to be amazing. We're just going to look through some of your
Yeah.
questions right now to make sure we're answering them. When will
Here's some
prices be
comments.
announced? Alice, January 12th, when Pearl can start booking. That's when we will be able to start seeing pricing. And
Yep.
James, you like my DCL light? Thank you very much.
Well, and I do wonder, so we only saw those staterooms that were going to be sort of Agrabah themed, right? So I did see the pictures of those.
Yeah.
I do wonder if there's other themes to be announced, right? So they just gave us sort of a piece, just like the Wish has several, all the different floors have different
Yeah.
theming. I do wonder if we'll see. I can't imagine that they're going to just
And it
make
did
them all
say
the
in
same.
Marvel's new Marvel dining experience with Nick Fury. So I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Oh, you're right. They did mention Nick Fury.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
You know, Michelle, Bruce, my husband, said the same thing. Do you think Skipper Society will be like Adventurers Club? So years ago, Adventurers Club was in Pleasure Island at what is now Downtown Disney in Walt Disney World. Bruce said the exact same thing. He said, do you think it's going to be like Adventurers Club? Because that was super interactive and it was really great. Like, I would love that. I was sad to see that Adventurers Club was closing when they were redoing Pleasure Island.
I think a lot of people have that same thought. So hopefully, and if it's not, you're going to have a lot of disappointed people on your hands.
Right.
So.
Hi, what
Casey,
other questions
how are you?
do you have for us? And, you know, I have a feeling that just like the Wish, they'll keep now releasing little snippets of the ship as,
I do too.
You know, someone, I saw on one of the pages on Facebook, someone had posted today that the tower had actually made it, the tower suite, the stack had actually made it on top of the ship today.
Yeah, I did too. It came over separately and then had gone up there. Yeah. So I do think you're right. We're going to see, they didn't give us everything. Like we've talked about the kids clubs. They have yet to reveal really everything that's going to be in there. I mean, I guess they could still be the same as the Wish and it would be just as cool. But I think they're going to reveal something there. The shows, they've got to reveal the shows eventually. So those will be revealed. And like I said, I do think they're going to have different themed staterooms, although I can't remember if they revealed those to us before the Wish sailed. Do you remember?
I think we had snippets of them before the Wish.
Okay. Of different ones, not just the same. Yeah. So it should be really exciting.
We just got a private message through Instagram here. When do you think would be the most reasonable to go based on, you know, being New Year's Eve? So the first one is Christmas, then New Year's Eve. And then this guest a guest earlier today brought up the third one is Marathon Weekend in Disney World. And in the past, Disney Cruise Line has offered you can run and then you can board a ship and get a medal as well. Now, we don't know if that Run Disney weekend there will overlap into the Fantasy. Run Disney has not announced that. But that third weekend is typically, someone brought that to our attention earlier today, when you do have the option to sail on a certain ship and receive another medal. Typically, it has not been a 7-nighter. It's typically been a 4-nighter. So I don't know. I think further you go into the year, the better the pricing might be. But again, it's hard to really say when we haven't seen anything yet.
It is. But I think the general rule will apply to these in terms of the fluctuate, you know, the highs and lows of pricing.
Yeah.
Anytime kids are out of school, you're going to see a higher price.
Right.
So I know in the Northeast, we still have a February break. So there'll be a higher price sailing probably sometime in February. The whole world seems to go on vacation in March. So a lot of March will be higher. And then April, you do still have a handful of schools around the country that are breaking in April, not to mention sort of the holidays that fall naturally within those, right? So President's Day weekend in February, Easter in April, or whenever it lands this year, whether it's March or April. So anytime that there's a school break, you're going to see a higher price. So
you're going to see it.
potentially after that race week, maybe that sailing,
right.
yeah, end of January, any January sailing after that could be a lower price.
Right.
But we're also outside, we're well outside that hurricane season when people like to cruise. Right. So it's hard to know.
This last Labor Day, I mean, just this weekend, we had been watching all weekend to see what was happening with the hurricane,
Right. So it is. So a lot of people like to just stay away from that completely.
Yep.
Which means, this season is a better season to sail. So yeah, we will know much more starting the 12th. Right. And for those of you that aren't aware, when Pearl opens up, we do have plenty. Kristen is a Pearl Castaway Club member, and we have a couple other agents that are, and so they can get pricing. That pricing will fluctuate throughout the week. And as everybody sort of starts booking, that pricing can go up, which is why we always say, book the first day you're able to, but we will, as agents, we are able to sort of get you a roundabout pricing, and you can be ready to go when your Castaway Club booking date opens up.
Yeah.
So be sure to reach out to your planner. And if you don't have a planner, be sure to reach out to us at info@tinksmagicalvacations.com. We'll get you attached to a planner.
And earlier today, when we were doing the StreamYard, I did mention anybody who contacts Tinks for that first 2 opening weeks, whenever your booking window opens, or even the day that it opens to the general public, and you end up depositing something that you've put on hold those first 2 weeks, Tinks will give you a very generous onboard credit, as well as a bottle of wine, red or white wine, in your stateroom as a thank you, or a bottle of the non-alcoholic Cordon Bleu. So, just mention that you saw us. I did put the link right here in our comments that you can click on. If you have a specific agent, please list his or her name when you fill out the form. There's a box available for that. We will get you in touch with your vacation planner. And if you don't have one, I will personally make sure that you, get one. They're all wonderful. Everybody knows Disney Cruise Line, and, we're ready to help you. And just make sure you mention to your agent that you saw us here to get your free gift.
And for those of you that are looking for other cruises for the beginning of 2025, they have not been released yet, but you will definitely, we will definitely be letting everyone know when they are. So this is really just for those 7-night treasure sailings. This release is specifically for those 7-night treasure sailings.
And someone asked you earlier. No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know when those will be released.
That's what I was going to say. Someone asked today, would it be released at the same time? And I can pretty much 100% tell you, they're not going to release the rest of 2025 the same week as the Treasure, because they know how popular this new ship is going to be. So it would be after that when the dust settles with the Treasure.
So what are we thinking, a month? In a month, they'll let us?
Yeah, it's
hard to know for sure, but just
late September, October. I don't know. I haven't heard any rumblings about it, but I can almost 100% tell you that it will not be the same time. So
they're not going to come out with it next week and be like, surprise, right? Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that that's when it, they'll wait for it to come.
Yeah, for sure. And we will announce it on our social media platforms, as we always do. So if you are interested, reach out to your planner, let them know that you may not be interested in the Treasure, but you're looking for 2025 sailings, or just reach out to us and we will get you paired with someone to get ready for those sailings. So either way, we are here for you guys and want to make sure that you get what you're looking for.
Yeah, let's see. I'm just trying to see if we have any other questions. I don't think so. I think we've answered all of them. Does anybody else have any questions or anything that you want us to make sure when we hear about that we come and tell you? All right.
Well, because we love to talk.
Yeah. And, Disney Cruise Line is our thing. So we really just love it. And I
Easy to
love
talk
how
about, for sure.
we just got off the ship and now we're talking about the new ship. So I think
Yeah,
that just
it's
keeps the
exciting.
momentum going.
It is exciting for sure.
Yeah. So make
All
sure,
right.
like
Well,
Megan said, that you reach out to us either through our website or through the link that I posted in the comments. I just want to know it all, Michelle. So do I. Like, I just cannot. What's everybody's like most excited? Oh, as January 12th? No, September 12th is when we can start booking. And the first cruise is going to go December 21st. Any idea if they will have a fun speaker like the Wish had? Oh, Kathy, that would be wonderful if they had that. That
they
would be
might. I mean, that was such a
right.
sort of a, they just showed up out of nowhere. Maybe they're testing the waters because they're going to do one for the treasure. Who knows?
Yeah. And I did hear the 25th anniversary speaker. That's it. They're gone. Like no more.
Yeah, I bet.
Now they have the
I
blue
bet.
one.
That's fun. That's fun.
That was so cute. All right. Well, thank you guys for taking time out of your evening to join us. And we will definitely make sure that we come back as soon as we get more information regarding anything regarding Disney Cruise Line or, Walt Disney World. So thanks again.
Definitely.
And thank you, Megan.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for having me. Good night, everyone.